like God. I'm just like God. I'm created in his image and his likeness in the first place. So if I'm just like God, then I'm going to be what he's supposed to be. Then I've got to look at Azariah, who said Yahweh has helped. So now I got all these different names that I'm sitting here and I'm calling on God. And don't you think that a prayer, a corporate prayer, I'm talking to somebody. The corporate prayer, when you come into the house of God, is so strong that everybody's name means something. So when you got Azariah, which means Yahweh has helped, and then you got Daniel, which means God is my judge, and then you got Hananiah, which means Yahweh is gracious, and you got Mishael, who is like God, then let me tell you something, God has to show up. No matter what I'm going through, God has to show up and show his face. No matter how bad it gets, God has to show up, because guess what? I'm crying out his name while I'm in danger. Amen. Amen. So, fast forward, and this is the part you always heard. So, he puts the 3 Hebrew boys in the fire. Amen. And you hear the Shadrach, Meshach, and sometimes you hear him say, in a bad Negro, for Abednego. Not knowing that those 3 were going to burn up if you call them Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, because they're Babylonian God. Amen? So they're supposed to burn up. But if I talk about the real names of who that was in there, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, amen, the 3 Hebrew boys that were in the fire, that the fire couldn't touch them in the first place. Why? Because one said that who is like God, amen. So that means that if I'm like God, then I'm above the fire, amen. The other one said who Yahweh is my help. So that means what? I'm going to help pull you up out of the fire. You're not going to help me up in here, amen. And then the other one says Yahweh is gracious. He's gracious enough that when I came up out of the fire, I didn't have to smell like fire. Why? Because he's gracious enough to show me that I'm better than this world. So when I get to a place in life and I start serving God like Daniel did, and it means any means necessary, and